Hello students, in this video I would like to discuss about CLR1 parser. So this is introduction for LR parsing. So in that we are going to study CLR1 parser. So we already studied LR0 and SLR1 parser, and the parsing table is based on LR0 items, but here in CLR1 we are using LR1 items. So the parsing program will be same as LR0 and SLR1. The format of parsing table is also same. Here also you have a stack and also an input buffer will be there. So here we are going to study what are LR1 items. LR1 items can be considered as LR0 items plus look ahead. So you already studied how to find LR0 items. In addition to LR0 items, we have some look aheads here. So here if you look at this production, after the RHS, you have a comma followed by some symbols. Here it is A or B. Here also it is A or B. So this A and B are called look aheads. So in addition to the production, we have some symbols, and such symbols are called look aheads. So here I have a production. A gives alpha dot B beta, comma A or B. A and B are look aheads. Here there is a dot in front of B. So we have to add B productions. So since a dot is in front of B, I am writing B derives dot gamma, then some look aheads are there. So you all know why I place B production here, because here there is a dot in front of B. So here what we want to understand is how this look ahead is calculated. Here the look ahead is A or B. Here the look ahead is C or D. So simply saying, here after dot B we have a beta and we have A and B. So we will consider this as a block. So we just ignore comma and consider this as a block. There I got beta A or B. So the look aheads will be based on first of beta A or B. First of beta A or B means first of beta. So here in this general form, first of beta is considered as C or D. Another example, here alpha dot B, comma A and B. Here a dot is in front of B, so I will write the B production. B production is B derives gamma, so I write B derives dot gamma. Here in the earlier example, we consider this beta A, B as a block. So anything after this dot B has to be considered as a block. Here also I am considering AB as a block. So first of AB is A comma B, because A and B are terminals. First of those terminals are A and B. Here A, B, C, D are look aheads. This will be clear when you saw the example. Two more points. Look ahead doesn't changes during transition. It changes when we find closure. So here also our aim is to create an LR1 automation. So here we are going to create some states and transition. Inside the states we will have some productions based on the closure property, and it will be more clear when you saw the example. So here is the example for construction of LR1 automation. The same grammar in the earlier examples are used here. As a first step, you have to add augmented production. So if S is the start symbol, you have to write one more production. S dash derives S, and that is called augmented production. So first thing is you have to add S dash derives dot S comma dollar. So always start with an augmented production, and initially you have to consider dollar as look ahead symbol. So here we have a dot in front of S. So I have to add all the S productions. So only one S production is there. So S derives dot AA is written. Then we have to calculate the look ahead. Why I added this production? Because here I have dot S. So what you have to do is you have to find first of symbols after the dot S. After dot S we have a comma and dollar. No need to consider this comma. It is only to separate the production and look ahead. After dot s we have dollar. So we have to write first of dollar there. Anyway, dollar is a terminal symbol. First of terminal symbol is dollar. That's why dollar is written here. Here I have added a new production, but dot is in front of A. So I have to add all the A productions. Two A productions are there. So A derives dot AA, A derives dot B. So here also we found look ahead. So why I added these two production? Because here I have a dot in front of A. So you just consider this dot A. After that, what is following? A and a dollar is following. After dot A, there is A and a dollar. So you have to find first of a dollar. First of a dollar is first of A. What is first of A? First of A is A comma B. That's why here I added A or B. Similarly, why I added this production A derives dot B? Because there is a dot in front of A. Here also you have to look the things after that dot A. After dot A, I have a dollar. What is first of a dollar? A and B. Since dot is in front of A, add all A productions. After dot A, we have a dollar. And first of a dollar equal to first of A, and that is A comma B. So A and B is added as look ahead in third and fourth production. So no more derivations are possible. So we have to find the first transition. So first transition will be based on capital S because there is a dot in front of S. So here is the first transition. So before that I numbered this item also. In the previous example, we numbered the items in the end. You can number the items at any stage. Here I am numbering the items after each items are created. We look at the transition. So what happens during transition? This dot will come after. Next thing will be S dash derives S dot. In the earlier slide we studied look ahead doesn't change during transition. So in this production look ahead is dollar. So here also look ahead is dollar. We can't derive any other production because dot comes at the right end of the RHS. Never consider this dollar as an RHS symbol. Consider it as a look ahead. So we can't add no more productions. So I am numbering that items. I am numbering that item as I1. So next you have to consider the next transition. The next transition will be based on A because there is a dot in front of this capital A. So what happens? This dot will move forward. So S derives A dot A will be the production, comma dollar. Why it is dollar? Because look ahead doesn't change during transition. Here we have to add all the A productions. So we have added all the A productions. But here how look ahead is calculated? Here I have added A production because there is a dot in front of A. We have to look at the symbols after dot A. After dot A I have a dollar. So we have to find first of that dollar. First of that dollar is dollar. So I added dollar as look ahead the second production. And also added dollar as look ahead in third production. So next I will number that item as I2. Next I am again looking for the transition. Here there will be a transition based on small a because there is a dot in front of small a. So what happens? A derives A dot A will be the production. And look ahead symbols are A or B because during transition look aheads doesn't change. So here we have a dot A. So I have to add all the A productions. So here look ahead is A or B. Why? Because I added these two A production because I got a dot A. So you have to look at the symbols after that dot A. After that dot I have A and B. So what is first of A and B? First of A and B is A and B itself. So I have added A and B as the look ahead. Similarly, here also I have a production A derives dot B. There also A and B are added as the look aheads. Okay, next, this item will be numbered as I3. So item is numbered as I3. Next, one more transaction is there. It is based on B. So what will be the transition? A derives B dot. And during transition, the look aheads doesn't change. It is A or B. So no more transitions are possible from I0. And this item will be numbered as I4. From item 1 also there will be no transition. From item 2 I have some transitions. The first transition will be based on capital A. What will be the production? S derives AA dot comma dollar. So then I will number this production. I will number this production as I5. Then I am looking for the transition. Here I will have a transition on small a because dot is there in front of small a. So there is a transition. What is the production I have to add? I have to add A derives A dot A comma dollar, because here the look ahead is dollar. During transition the look ahead will be same. Here I have a dot A, so I have to add all the A productions. I have added all the A productions. And how this look ahead is calculated? These A productions are added because I have a dot in front of A. So you have to look the symbols after dot A. The symbol after dot A is dollar. What is first of the dollar? First of the dollar is dollar itself. So in second and third production I have added dollar as look ahead. Next I will number that item as I6. Then I look for the next transition. There will be a transition on dot B. So the production will be A derives B dot. So in the earlier case, if I got something like A derives B dot, I will directly draw a line to I4, because in I4 also A derives B dot is there. But here the look ahead will be different. Here look ahead is A and B. But during B transition, what will happen? A derives B dot will be the production and dollar will be the look ahead. In earlier case, we have drawn a directed line from I2 to I4 for A derives dot B. But here the look aheads are different. Here it is dollar, here it is A or B. I will number this item as I7. No more transitions are possible from I2. So I am looking for the transitions in I3. There will be a transition on capital A. So what is that? It will be AA dot. Since it's a transition, the look aheads are same and look aheads are A and B. Okay, next I will number this item as I8. Another transition is also possible in this item 3, and there is a transition on small a. So if you look at small a, what happens? It will give A dot A and look aheads will be A or B. Because here also it is A or B, here also it is A or B. And since I have dot in front of A, I have to add all the A productions. And what about the look aheads? The first of symbols after the dot A, it is A or B. So the same set of items will be obtained. Next we can have a transition on small b. What happens during small b? It will give A derives B dot. Look aheads will be same A or B. That item is already here, so you have to draw a direct line to I4 and have a transition B. No more transitions are possible from item 3. Next you have to look at item 5. Item 5 also no more transitions are possible. Let's look at item 6. We can have a transition on capital A. So what will be the transition? A derives AA, comma, dollar. Here I have a production A derives AA, but the look ahead is different, A or B. Here in this transition, the look ahead will be dollar. Next, I will number this item as I9. Another transition is based on small a. Small a, it will give a derives a dot a comma dollar. So if you examine it closely, it is a self transition. So I have added a directed arrow here. One more transition is possible based on dot b. It will be a derives b dot comma dollar. So there will be a directed line from I6 to I7. So there will be a directed line from I6 to I7 on B. No more transitions are possible in I6. I7 we can't have any transition. I8 we can't have any transition. I9 also we can't have any transition. So construction of LR1 automation is over. So here what are the final items? Here final items are 1 because dot is at the end, 4 because dot is at the end, 5 is also a final item because dot is at the end, 7, 8 and 9 are the final items. 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 are the final items, in which I1 will have the augmented grammar. Next is construction of CLR1 parsing table. So before constructing the parsing table, you have to give the production numbers. Here I have 3 productions. I have given 1, 2, 3 numbers. The procedure of filling up the parsing table is almost similar to the LR0 parser and SLR1 parser. So whenever we get a final production with augmented item, we are going to accept it. Here item 1. So in row 1 under dollar, we will write accept. Then fill cells based on transition. In action part, fill Sj where j is the item number and S represents shift. In go to part, fill with item number. This procedure is as same as in LR0 and SLR1. Here from 0 on small a, I am moving to 3. So I have written S3. Here from 0 on B, I am moving to I4. So 0 under B, I have written S4. Similarly, I have written all the shift moves. So what about go to? Go to, I have to write the item number. From 0 on capital A, I will go to I2. So I have written 2. By capital S, I am going to I1. So I am writing 1. Similarly, this 5, 8 and 9 are filled. So up to this, the procedure is same as LR0 and SLR1. So we already studied final items are 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So 1 is already considered for accept. So this is the important point. When there is a final item, we have to place reduce moves in corresponding lookaheads. So what are the final items? We have to consider 4, 5, 7 and 8. So I am taking 4. 4 means you have to look at item 4. What is the production? Production is A derives B. What is the production number? That is 3. So in row 4, I am filling with R3. Where I have to fill R3? I have to fill R3 in lookahead symbols. In I4, the lookahead symbols are A and B. So under A and B, in row 4, I am writing R3. Similarly, what happens in item 5? In item 5, the production is X derives AA. The production number is 1. So I am writing R1. Where I have to write R1? Under dollar. So under dollar in row 5, I have to write R1. Similarly, row 7, row 8 and row 9 are filled. So one more important point. If any cells in the CLR1 parsing table contains multiple entries, then the grammar used is not CLR1. Okay, that's all I want to share in this video. Thank you.